Hello guys, today we're going to be talking about Liverpool and Arne Slot and how Arne Slot wants his team to play. I've been working for this tactic for a long time now, and I've tried my best to, create something that's close to Arne Slot's philosophy. So, we all know Arne Slot at Liverpool. They've had a pretty good spell for the beginning of the season. I'm kind of excited of how things are going to turn out for them towards the end of the season. But with this tactic, I've only done 2 seasons so far, and I've gotten a couple of good results throughout my 2 spells on this with Liverpool. In my first season, we didn't quite do well in the league. We managed to get Champions League, which was good, but we finished 4th and 1 point behind Chelsea, 9 points behind Man City. This was a case of me trying to figure things out on how we play, but on my second season, made a few changes and we managed to win the league, which is a very good achievement, and a lot of good change. On my first season, I also won the Champions League against PSG. We managed to win in penalties. Also a good achievement. That was my first trophy for Liverpool on my first season. However, this season we didn't quite get to the final because we got knocked out by Barcelona in the semi-finals, and we also didn't win the FA Cup because we lost to Arsenal in penalties also, and we didn't win the Super Cup. I think by the time at this time I lost the Super Cup to AC Milan. At that time I didn't really make any changes to the tactic yet, but yeah, not bad results. We won the Champions League first season, and then we won the league in my second season. So very effective tactic. So we all know Arne Slot. He likes to play a 4-2-3-1 with a dominant style of play, short passing, narrow. Arne Slot also likes one player on each flank holding the width. So while we have the two wide players that cut inside, like the inside forward that's always cutting inside, and the inverted wing back that moves to the defensive midfield position while in possession, the 2 players on each flank, so the 1 player on each flank that are holding the width are the wingers and the wing back right here on attack. So so we create chances for like our forward, so that's either the advanced playmaker or the striker. So the winger right here is always making like the crosses, and also while we're getting pressed by a lot of big teams or like super strong teams like Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, while we're getting pressed while we're on the ball at defense, we have this wide wing back right here to receive the ball, and then there'll be space for him to move forward and support the attack and create chances. So first of all, we have our sweeper keeper on attack duty. No special instructions for him. So on attack duty to kind of be the 5th defender, to support and keep possession and to be comfortable on the ball while we're getting pressed by the opposition. And then we have the inverted wing back at left back. Sometimes you could also switch into a wing back on attack, and then you can switch Trent to inverted wing back. It could work on both sides, but I choose Trent on the wing back because his crossing ability is very good. So we have Robertson inverted. So while we're in possession, he's gonna be more in the midfield area to support and keep possession also. And then we got our 2 ball-playing defenders that are good on the ball and comfortable with the ball, making short and simple passes to either the wing backs or any of the midfielders. And then we have Trent also. I also explained his role. His role is to hold the width in defense and support the attack whenever he has the chance to. And while we're getting pressed and while he's wide, he can always receive the ball and then have free space to run forward and support the attack. And then we got our deep line playmaker and our roaming playmaker on moving to channel. So not that much special instructions for both midfielders. Deep line playmaker receives the ball from the defense, supports the attack when he has the chances to. Roaming playmaker is always moving freely out of his position to keep possession and create chances for the attack. And then our winger, that's our other wide player, holds the width, and also special instructions are run wide with the ball and crosses aimed at target forward. I'll explain the crosses thing later in the video, but basically all our wide players are always instructed to cross and look for the target forward instead of the center of the post, the far post, or the near post. I'll explain that later in the video. But we got inside forward, sit narrow, cut inside. We all know the duties of an inside forward. Advanced playmaker, always roll for position. Why? Nunez is also roll for position, so that means these 2 can drop deep to receive ball. When Nunez is dropping deep, then when Nunez is going deep, McAllister can also go forward. Nunez can be the cam sometimes. It could go both ways. Sometimes you could move McAllister to the right and then switch Nunez to a false 9, but it's not really that effective. I've tried it, but yeah, this is a good way of you know, creating chances and scoring goals. So player instructions are done, and then we always play positive. Why? We want to keep the ball and be cautious of counter-attacking teams. So we're not that super urgent to go for the attack. We're trying to be patient and look for opportunities for where we can kill the game. So tactical instructions. So we're gonna play narrow. Why? We're playing short passing and low tempo. We want the players to be close to each other to hold and keep possession of the ball, and not to lose the ball freely. Passing to space always, because it's a good way of creating chances. We don't always want to rely on our wide players to just cross the ball. And overlap left, overlap right. So Trent is overlapping, the inside forward is coming in, and overlap left. Sometimes when Robertson sees the chance to overlap, he can also overlap and support the attack. Play out of defense. So we play out of the back. Defenders keep the ball, and that's why we use our ball playing defender to keep the ball and play small, short, simple passes and try and use a slow build up to the attack. Shorter, I already said it before, shorter passing and slightly low passing. And we got low crosses. So for all the guys that play Football Manager, we all know, like, sometimes how our wingers or our wing backs might be annoying. They're on the edge of the box and then they don't cross sometimes, and they just stay still, and then they get the ball, they lose the ball. So low crosses, so these allow things like cutbacks. So that's why for the crossing instructions for our wingers and our wing back is that cross that target forward. So we're trying to do the whole cutback thing. We're not trying to just cross to the striker and lose the ball from the big defenders. So we're trying to make cutbacks. So any player we see either at the edge of the box or that's free in the box, that's what we look for, and that's the target forward. Dribble less, so we want to keep possession, so we don't want to lose possession. So dribble less, so we're always looking for the pass rather than trying to go on 1v1s or trying to dribble the defense. And creative freedom, you can always go for be more disciplined, but I prefer be more expressive because it's less strict on the team, and there are more efficient ways of creating chances. In transition, we got counter press, so immediately we lose the ball, we press to recover the ball, and when possession has been won. So what Arne Slot, how Arne Slot plays is when they've won possession, they hold shape and try and hold their shape as much as possible and still be patient. But in the game, it's not really that effective. Like I said, I had to make some changes after the first season, just because we were always losing and drawing games, and it wasn't really that effective at all. It was a poor season. We won the Champions League on penalties. I know we still won the Champions League, but it's not really that impressive. So that's why I switched to counter. So immediately we get the ball, we have our fast players going on the counter, right? And then goalkeeper in possession, slow pace down. You don't want to rush too quickly while the goalkeeper has the ball. He's always going to distribute the ball to the full backs and the center backs, or not to the flanks or the playmaker, because we're trying to play out from the back. So this is a good instruction right here. Take short kicks. You could choose roll it out too, but don't throw it long, and no long kicks. And then out of possession, you got a high press and a high decisive line. Higher, not much higher, because the other teams we play with that focus on the long balls, and our defensive line can get affected by that. Trigger press much more often. Prevent short kick. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution. So always keep pressing no matter what. Get stuck in, step up more, stop crosses. I normally just leave the pressing trap alone. That's why it's more of a mixed style of pressing. But yeah, that's basically the whole tactic. I'm gonna show you some videos on how we play and some goals that we scored. So this was a 5-0 win game against Southampton, and this was one of the goals we scored. So again, we're trying to play out of the back from defense. So yes, short, simple passes, free flowing football. Look at that, and then we score. Easy football. Simple, not too much. I think this was another goal we scored again. So once we receive the ball, again, we can still try to be patient. We don't really go for counter attack that much. But yeah, again, short, simple, slow tempo. Look at our width is pretty narrow. That's our inverted wing back over there supporting the midfield while we're in possession. That's our winger right here with our crosses. and our attacking midfielder with the goal. Sometimes the wide players still go for, make floated crosses. I think that's just how the game really is. But it is what it is. We gotta go from it. So I'm not gonna complain much about that. This is the 5th goal right here. Patient. And then lovely ball from Gakpo. Lovely skill from Luis Diaz. Soboslai, good goal. Deflected shot, but we'll take it any day. But yeah, we won the game 5-0 with 80% possession, and they only had 1 shot on target. We had 24 shots, and 14 of them was on target. We're at 3.69 XG. That's how effective the tactic is. We dominated possession, 80%. Pretty effective style of football. I did my best to replicate how Arne Slot plays. The only thing that was pretty incorrect was this. Apart from that, that's literally apart from that, it's basically the same way Arne Slot plays. The whole wing back system might be different from real life football because it's the game. But yeah, it's a pretty good tactic. Won the Champions League, won the league. Got far in a lot of competitions. We got to the semi-final in our 2nd season and lost to Barcelona. We got the final of the FA Cup. So we did well. For player stats, for the team stats, we had the most points per game. We had the most shots. We had the most possession with Man City with 60%. We conceded the fewest goals. So we conceded only 20 goals this season. And we had the most clean sheets. And for our players, Darwin Núñez was also a joint top scorer with 3 other players. Very impressive. Everyone scored 20 goals. Not so bad. Alisson, fewest conceded, and the most clean sheets. Luis Diaz with the most dribbles made, and we also have Chiesa 3rd position. But yeah, very good tactic. But yeah, did my best. Let me know what type of tactic you guys want me to make. I want to be making a different type of tactics from different managers, of course. I'm also going to do my own research and make more videos for you guys. And just let me know what other improvements you want me to make, what other type of content you want me to make, and I'll always make sure I deliver. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, click on the notification button, and like this video. And let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.